Okay, today we're going to be talking about Galactic Barrier, Season 4, Episode 10 of Star Trek Discovery. And we're going to talk about what Picard is going to be about going into Season 2 as that begins next week. So stay with us. Hello out there, I'm the oldest nerd, and today talking about Picard and a preview into what we're going to expect starting next week, and Discovery, which is episode 10 of season 4 called Galactic Barrier. Not a lot to say about Galactic Barrier. It is basically the Discovery going through the barrier. If we recall from the pilot episode, the second pilot, where No Man Has Gone Before, in the original series, they tried to go through the barrier, but then turned back around and caused great ESP abilities in some members of the crew, including Gary Mitchell, who becomes kind of a monster that Kirk has to defeat. This time, they are ready for it. They have developed negative energy shields, and while the barrier is more of a difficulty than they expected it to be, they were actually able to get through it. Beyond that, we don't really have much to say about it. They have not yet found the new species that sent the anomaly into our galaxy. So not much to say there except some good character work as they are moving on to this final frontier with all of the bridge crew and the usual kind of disagreements between the president and Burnham. They're starting to get an understanding of each other, but there's still some conflicts. There's still some tension between the two of them. We find a funny side story in that the president of Nivar, Tarina, happens to go along with them. It was an unplanned thing, and it was after Saru said goodbye in the stereotypical way that a soldier would say to his girlfriend, "I may not come back," kind of thing. So now he's a little embarrassed by it. He deals with the doctor to try to explain to him that everybody goes through this kind of thing. He feels a little better for that, not to be the only person who's ever been uncomfortable in such a situation. Meanwhile, the Book and Tarka are going back to where Tarka was imprisoned with a cellmate by the name of Oros. And between the two of them, they were able to figure out a transporter that would take them to a paradise-like planet. And their only problem was they never had the power necessary to do it. And he was always thinking that the power of the anomaly would be enough to do this, and found that it wasn't. So he is going back, and they are trying to discover other methods by which to deal with this invention they've made. He assumes that Oros has already made it to where they're going and that he just needs to follow him. It's kind of an odd bit of the plot. We're not sure where that's going, and not really sure where Book is going insofar as his relation to the Federation. We do know, and it's been announced, that Discovery is going to go into a season 5, so there is going to be a continuation of a story. I'm thinking that Book will be part of it, but who knows if it's not going to be a whole year of trial by Federation on him. Who knows what's going to happen, unless they're able to do something that's so magnificent that they can be forgiven of it, just like Kirk and his crew have done in the past. Also, a couple of things that I noticed in here that were kind of entertaining. Kovic, the David Cronenberg character, mentions that makes reference to a 3-hour tour. Saru says, well, it'll take longer than 3 hours to get out there. And he says it's a figure of speech, making kind of breaking the fourth wall, saying that he knew something about Gilligan's Island. And also, on a more serious note, as Discovery is jumping toward the Galactic Barrier, he says, Godspeed Discovery. This is a paraphrase of what was said by the flight controller to John Glenn on his first orbital flight in the Mercury capsule. He, as the rocket was taking off, John Glenn, the first American to orbit the Earth, the flight controller says, Godspeed, John Glenn. So I kind of liked that reference to it. Anyway, that's Discovery. Now, let's talk about Picard. We know, we've seen a preview now of Picard, and we know a whole lot more than we did. Up to now, what we know is that the Q is involved, there is time travel involved, but they don't really say how anybody got from there to there. And what we know now is that since the last season's events, a year has gone by, and Picard is back in Starfleet. He is back to his old rank of Admiral, and Rios is back in Starfleet as well as captain of the Stargazer. I'm assuming that it is a renamed ship named Stargazer, because I think the original Stargazer was destroyed. But be that as it may, the Stargazer's commander is Rios. He has Dr. Brady with him on that ship. And then also 7 of 9 is now the captain of the La Serena. She's rejoined the Rangers and doing what she's doing there. Raffi is back in Starfleet and apparently working for Starfleet Academy, where we believe that Picard is in his new position as the headmaster of Starfleet Academy, and Raffi is working there, and she is mentor for Elnor, who has become a Starfleet cadet. So that's kind of interesting. Also, Soji has become kind of an ambassador for artificial life forms in the Federation, as they are repairing the damage that was done from before the Romulan evacuation. So all of this stuff is going on now, and this is new information to us that we did not have. Now, we know now that once all of this is established and everybody is doing something, things change. And this change is a change of history, maybe caused by Q, maybe caused by something else. And Picard is determined to set things right, because the future has been changed, where there is the Federation has become a dictatorship, and there are all kind of other things that are wrong. 7 of 9 apparently is no longer part Borg. The other characters are similarly affected, and so it's a matter of them going back in time to either fix what Q has messed up, or to have Q help them fix what was messed up. So we don't know exactly where they're going yet, but we have a better idea than we have up to now. And of course, the first episode of Picard will be coming up this coming week. So we look forward to the beginning of Picard. So that's what we have for now. I'd like to know what you think of all of this. Please let your thoughts be known in the comments below. That's easy enough. And while you're there, you can click on the ON logo at the bottom of the screen, or the subscribe button that's below this video if you're looking at it from the YouTube page. At any rate, we'd like to hear from you, and ring the bell if you want to know when the next video is coming your way. We try to do these about once a week, and we hope that you're enjoying what we have to offer here. So we appreciate your being there and watching us. It's even on, especially on the colder days coming out here, it's nice to know that I get a warm feeling knowing that you're out there watching. Thank you very much, and until next time, don't go far.